it takes to live against the mid-range approach of a Warlock deck. It's got more than necessary to live actually through that. So that could be just enough, and it's able to shift gears to the offensive whenever needed, and you won't get overwhelmed the way that a Druid might.
Yeah, as the Paladin player, you always have equality, so that's just a tool that you have to never get overwhelmed.
Equality, knife, juggler, muster for battle. To battle!
Yeah, to battle, of course. Savjz will have to bring it to battle with the Paladin deck. And we're getting confirmation that it is indeed the Paladin that will be up next for Savjz.
Yeah, which is a class I think he's very comfortable with. He's played it multiple times in multiple tournaments. It's a class that he does enjoy because of its control aspect. It got even stronger with GVG, so it's no surprise that he goes back to that.
Yeah, Paladin, one of Savjz's favorite decks, one of Ekop's favorite decks, and one of Powder's favorite decks in the game.
Ekop is known for just using that deck non-stop. I don't remember seeing him not play Paladin, even back when it was considered somewhat bad. He would always at least try to play it and come up with some deck list.
Yeah, so, Ekop is a player, I've heard him say, no one knows how to play Paladin except me. So a lot of confidence coming from him.
That's no news. Ekop is just that way. Yeah, I forgot to call him Ek0P, by the way. I completely forgot to mess with him.
Ek08P, that's something he won't...
EK0P?
No, EK08P.
8P?
08.
Why 08? What did I miss? That's a reference I'm not following with.
It's alright. You weren't around back then, maybe. You weren't following the tournament scene. Like,
Probably
basically,
not, no.
Ekop went 08 in the
08,
tournament.
yes. I remember that. So that's the reference in the name?
People,
it's like the Forsen now?
Yeah. It's the origination of the Forsen thing as well. Basically the same concept.
Goodness.
Savjz Ekop is going to love me for bringing this up again.
Yeah, but it's fine. I hope he's not watching. Our lives are forfeit if he is. Alright, so the game is starting. Kolento against Savjz. Savjz having to go for his Paladin deck here against Kolento's weird mid-range Warlock. So hopefully we get to see a little bit more tools here.
Oh wow, that's Savjz's opening hand. That's one of the worst opening hands possible.
And he kept it.
I'm not sure if he kept it.
We didn't see anything, did we?
I'm pretty sure he mulliganed it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way Savjz would keep that hand.
Yeah, I don't think either. I'm just curious because we didn't see the mulligan phase.
Double sky golems.
Yeah, this is not exactly amazing. Kolento coining out the Nubian egg here, knowing that with the defender, I mean the abusive sergeant, he can just trigger it whenever necessary. This, however, is a bit of a better top deck here from Kolento. From Savjz here, the Aldor Peacekeeper will allow him to mitigate some of the damage output that might be coming out.
Yeah, I wonder if it was a mistake to attack the Nubian egg, because now it allows Savjz to...
Well, he wants to play as Aldor Peacekeeper.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Dark Bomb. Yeah, I don't know if it's really the optimal play here, when you can just play Voidcaller and get a Jiraxxus or Doomguard. There's 2 Doomguards in that deck. The Equality Consecration going to be a massive deal here to handle some of the big demons that come out for free off the Voidcaller.
Yeah, Equality Consecration is kind of Paladin's get out of jail free card. Basically, it's your panic button as well. If something goes wrong, you can reset the board for 1 turn, and then hope your opponent doesn't have any other big follow-ups coming up.
The Floating Watcher here, Savjz saw it last game, but it didn't get to do anything, amazing. And the Paladin Sky Golem is one of those cards right now that is going to be quite useful, because even if the Floating Watcher goes up to 6/6 on the back of a life tap, it still will not be enough. A Twilight Drake. Allow me to express my surprise.
I think this is kind of Kolento's take on a Warlock that isn't weak to BGH. I believe there aren't any actually BGH-able targets in Kolento's deck.
There are no giants that I've seen. So
yeah, we've seen a lot of players, they see that Handlock is not that strong right now because everyone's just running double BGH. Even Kolento's deck right now is running BGH. So players have been trying to build handlocked-ish decks that play around BGH. And one example is a deck that's used by a player named Zilay. He used it in the ESL series. Basically, it had Twilight Drakes, and it had a combo, the Arcane Golem double power faceless combo, and it was very effective. It didn't have any BGHable targets, and it won him that week, I believe.
Yeah, it's one of those. A lot of decks are trying to come up with no BGH targets, so they don't fall prey to the massive tempo swing that BGH offers. And Kolento made a really nice play here, where he just managed to get himself a Doomguard out and the floating washer as a 6/6. So Savjz is in the position where he is absolutely forced to wipe the board before things escalate any further. And between Lay on Hands, his anti-heal bot, he should just be able to replenish his health to a position where he's just super comfortable with it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Between yeah, Lay on Hands is also a very good card to play next turn. You're not really pressured by this board right now. It's only six attack worth of power. So Savjz can just heal up to full health. Or Tyrion is also a play. We haven't seen any owls from Kolento's deck.
No, I haven't seen a single one, but maybe it's because, I don't know, he cut Ancient Watchers, so maybe he feels like you know how Iron Beak Owl can be used for two purposes? One of them is offensive in that you silence your own Ancient Watcher to turn the aggressive gears on, or to be a defensive play against enemy minions. So maybe he decided to cut them because their versatility was not really optimal in this deck. But I guess it's a personal choice here. He's playing Haunted Creepers maybe instead. Good targets for Dark Iron Dwarves and Abusive Sergeants. Alright, so Tyrion has to be dealt with in a way here for Kolento.
Yeah, and without silence, I think you're going to give him an Ashbringer.
And there's no weapon removal that we've seen. Matter for concern, perhaps. So he's just going to use a Spider and the Dark Bomb, or a Shadow Flame play.
Oh, Shadow Flame, not very bad in this situation.
Yeah, it kills the Shade of Naxxramas before it gets completely out of hand. Ooh, Dr. Boom. Okay, so the prerequisite was met, 7 mana and more, you're good to go. Not playing around MC Tech because, why would you?
Yeah, if I were in Savjz's position, I'd be thinking that this doesn't look like a deck that would be running MC Tech.
No, probably not. It's just a...
Yeah,
what value are you going to give him, really?
There's so many weird cards in this deck, right? That he's got this card and this card. How is he going to fit my MC Tech in?
Yeah, so there's a big game hunter. There's two of them, in fact. So Dr. Boom is more Sneed's old shredder. Kolento basically made the I don't want to get BGH deck. This is pretty much exactly what I would expect from a deck like that.
Yeah, pretty much everything in this deck is not BGHable. And probably, even though he's running a Void Caller Demon-ish type of deck, he probably doesn't have Mal'Ganis either, just because it's a BGH target. Yeah,
it would be his only BGH target that we've seen, in fact. Alright, Defend of Argus.
Yeah, this helps Kolento survive the boom bots.
So he's playing around the hope that his opponent does not have the additional equality, but the Consecration is going to be pretty much just as good in this case. So do you play anti-heal bot here, or do you prefer to play the Sky Golem instead?
I don't think you're that threatened right now, but we can see Kolento's hand right now. It doesn't really have any burst, but Savjz might be a little scared because it's such an unfamiliar deck. Against decks that against decks that you kind of know most of the cards of, you can predict the maximum amount of damage they can do to you in one turn. But this versus this type of deck, it's just anything goes, kind of. Savjz is going to play a little safer, play the anti-heal bot. He thinks he's in a favorable position right now, and I would probably tend to agree with him, so there's no reason to take a big risk.
I would agree with him. Oh, wow. Is Void Caller Shadow Flame? No, he needs to get Jiraxxus. He needs to keep Jiraxxus in his hand. There is no way he will drop down the Void Caller at this point. But Sneed's Old Shredder, really a big minion here for Savjz to handle.
Okay. Piloted Sky Golem will come down on the field. Savjz watched those games between Tice and Kit Kats. He saw how powerful a Kel'Thuzad coming out of this Sneed's Old Shredder is, so he doesn't want to become a victim to that again.
But it's a bit problematic at the moment because Void Caller and Shadow Flame, that could just wipe the board clean. If Sneed's, bops up the piloted Sky Golem, I mean, the problem is it's a 50-50 for Kolento right now, where he might just risk getting his Jiraxis thrown out by the Void Caller.
Oh,
Oh, wow, that is
4-1
not at
Twilight
all.
Drake.
Wow. Yeah, this might this be a Shadow Flame turn?
Yeah, that Shadow Flame would be a pretty big risk, I'd say.
Just because of Jiraxis not coming back? But we saw an anti-kill bot in Kolento's deck, and how is Savjz going to land an extra 6 damage on hand? Where does Savjz find like 6 damage right now without Dr. Boom?
I feel like another play could be just Shadow Flame Sneeds, and then just hope you get a Kel'Thuzad, right?
He got the Doomguard. That is really,
Oh,
really
wow.
important. That's like the best absolute pickup for Kolento in this case. And the Sneeds dies, bringing Mimron's head. Okay.
All right, at
Mimron's
least
head not
it's-
exactly...
At
Yeah.
least that's okay. You don't really care too much about Mimron's head. You can just kill it with the Ashbringer, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, and if Jiraxis does come out, I mean, Savjz's hand is going to be more than refilled, if not two-filled, in fact. Alright. So he has seen Jiraxis, which, as you said, was a really crucial piece of information from the last game. Going to allow him to play around with that. And Zombie Chow is more of a liability here for Kolento than anything else. He doesn't want to let his Paladin opponent heal up anymore.
Yeah, Jiraxis is almost certainly gonna come down this turn along with the Zombie Chow, and now Kolento, his board is extremely strong. It's just about whether Savjz can use his card advantage to come back from this game. And the thing is, if you use Harrison Jones right now, you risk discarding your equality.
Yeah, which is something you'll definitely need. So maybe just killing the Zombie Chow to heal yourself up in a proxy manner, then...
Well, I think Savjz is gonna use his True Silver and then throw down the Harrison, just so he won't discard his, as many cards.
Do you really need equality, though, if you remove the weapon from Jiraxis? I mean, you'll need it anyway for the Infernals.
Yeah. I think he's going for it.
And Jiraxis' weapon gets put in a museum. Consecration, very nice
Kel'Thuzad,
card.
that's a good one. Sludge Belcher is alright. True Silver is alright. Quartermaster
This is great. Quartermaster.
Okay, Muster,
is-
you don't want Muster. You don't want Minute Shielded Bat. So both of these cards from Savjz were very good. Some of the
Yeah.
best he could have hoped for.
There's one top deck left that he's going to lose, but that's left to... We still have to see what it is. Oh, the anti-kill bot here coming in for Kolento, which... Wait. He could have attacked Harrison, sacrificed a 1/1, and then healed. Oh no, he had no weapon. Never
he has
mind.
no
What am I
weapon, yeah.
talking about? What am I saying? I just saw the museum fill up. All right, so Kolento's just in a position where Infernals are his biggest, if not only, win condition at this point. All right, no
Aldor.
equality yet.
That was a good one.
Yeah, but Kolento's on 15 health. Is there a lethal looming? I'm not looking at it. I can't see the cards on the far
Yeah,
left. I'm not sure what it is.
It's because Consecrate really messed up the boards. Whenever you Consecrate a min with Paladin, it kind of
Okay.
shifts the board up or down. Yeah, I'm sure you're familiar with that.
Yeah, I've seen that happen multiple times. Oh wow. Okay. Well, Consecration will allow Savjz to help himself. Oh, I think it's a lay on hands on the far left. That's right. I remember him having two
yeah.
of them. So perhaps Consecration Sludge Belcher is what he needs.
Yeah, that would be a great play. The thing with Jiraxis in this kind of more mid-range Demon Warlock is that it's not as good as it is in Handlock just because you don't have as many supporting cards that help you activate the Infernals.
Yeah,
There's
standalone
only-
threats basically.
Yeah. Basically, I've only seen one Defender Vargas in this Warlock deck.
Mhm.
There's no Sun Fury Protectors. There are Shadow Flames, but Kolento has used at least one in this game, I believe.
Yeah, there's one left in the deck if he plays two. That is. I haven't seen any other supporting cards you mentioned. No Sun Fury Protector and whatnot. That I haven't seen any more of that.
Okay. Okay, Savjz goes for the double taunt instead, and he's going
Double
aggro.
taunt
This
and
is-
just aggression. So he's counting on his opponent not having any silences.
or any.
Which actually, yeah, that is still a
taunts.
very nice play.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is exactly what I'm talking about. Savjz is the type of player who he doesn't always need. He thinks in ways that I can win by just going to face, and I don't have to clear the board. I can be aggressive. Savjz, this is the point where he's turned it on, and it's gonna win him this game.
Yeah, it's actually going to win the game for sure. He was, I think, very favored anyway, but this is going to just win faster. And I think these are the kind of opportunities where you don't let your opponent top deck anything he wants. And that's kind of trademark of a player who absolutely understands what he's facing. He picked up on the deck he was facing pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he made really excellent reads overall.
Yep, so Kolento's mid-range Warlock, not going to surprise Savjz twice.
Mm-hmm. Now, Kolento is also actually just going to use the big game hunter. I think Kolento knows Savjz's deck. He knows that it only runs one BGHable target, which is the Dr. Boom. And he just wants to fill up his board as much as possible.
Yeah, and he's hoping that Kolento has nothing, but the odds of that are what? Near null. I mean, he didn't discard anything that he could have lost. I mean, that he couldn't win with from the Harrison Jones. Draxus is sorry. Oh, it's fine, Draxus. We love you anyway.
Yeah, Kolento had to have known that he was dead. Savjz needed a Truce Over or a Consecration or a Muster for Battle. Any of those would have been lethal, and Savjz got it.
It was just, the range of lethals were just too big. So now, nicely done here by Savjz, your Team Liquid partner, I believe. So they're going to move on. They're 1-1 right now. Kolento taking the first game against Savjz, and Savjz coming back with his Paladin deck. Now, Kolento, I think his Mage that was banned, or...
Yeah, his Mage was banned, so he has the option of Druid or Hunter left.
Yeah, yeah, because his Hunter was not banned by Savjz, so that leaves him with really two very strong decks, actually. Hunter, I mean, I don't know how favored Hunter really is against a mid-range Paladin, especially with double lay on hands. Savjz did not sort the second lay on hands, so Kolento might not know that it is there, although it's kind of, it's been seen quite a bit on ladder. It's not the most novel concept. But it is a very strong one. So which of those would you take? I don't know. Do you try to burst with Druid, or?
I think against this particular type of Paladin that is more control-y, it doesn't run the Zombie Chows, the Knife Jugglers. It curves a bit higher. Hunter might be a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you get an Undertaker out on the field, this type of Paladin has just fewer options to deal with it. So there's a very good chance that even though the Paladin deck runs 2 lay on hands, those 2 lay on hands won't come into play.
Yeah, they won't necessarily matter as much as, say, running 2 anti-heal bots instead of perhaps just the one.
Yeah, the game might just be over before healing could take into effect.
But there are Sengens, so that's going to buy him at least a little bit of time in the early game, assuming they do reach, turn 4 or 5, which they generally do. So unless the Hunter would need to get a really, really amazing draw. In order to, he needs to snowball really early in order to ensure that he can, obliterate the Paladin before defenses can be set up.
Yeah, we're getting word that indeed Kolento will be choosing Hunter.
Greetings, traveler. So Savjz better be ready to get steady shotted. The Hunter just amazing all across the board right now. I think one of the best.